Hello everybody, we are out with Flat Earth Dude here at a meet in California. What an amazing view, hey? Just to explain that because we're on a live feed and stuff, that the quality of the recording isn't the best, but the conversations were absolutely amazing. There's Lucy Lemon and Joseph, her boyfriend. There's another person. We're talking with Rene. We're talking with Flat Earth Dude. And these two little boys, Andrew, I can't remember the other name of the other little boy, and I loved listening to them. They were very awake young men. I mean, not quite children, but they were probably about 12 or 13, something like that. There were more people there, but we didn't have time to talk to them. In the hour and a half, we went through those few amount of people. But I'd just like to say thank you very much to Flat Earth Dude Kenny for providing us with a great hangout again. And please enjoy. As I say, the quality isn't the best, but you can hear everything they say perfectly, and it was a great hangout. Anyway, enjoy. I'm going to say, right, hello everybody. We are on today with hopefully Amy and Gina joining us, but we're on with Flat Earth Dude. Flat Earth Dude is out at a meeting.
Hey, what's up? Sorry.
Yeah, you're out at a meeting right now, aren't you? Oh, look at that view, how flat it is.
It is pretty flat, huh? It's
Anyway,
flat.
It's ages since we've done a hangout together, so
No doubt. It's been too long, Karen.
That's
Sun and Moon hugs. Sun and Moon
Lemons.
hugs.
Lucy Lemons. Hi, Lucy Lemons.
That's Lucy Lemons over there.
I'm King Joseph. Hey, brother.
And Gabriel's here. And
anyway, we're on with Patricia. We're on with Patricia as well at the moment. Patricia, do you want to say hello? She'll come.
Hi, Kenny.
Hey, Patricia. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, Patricia.
Good, thanks to you.
Yeah. Good. We're doing great. Obviously, we're up on a beautiful vista here, overlooking the city of Los Angeles.
Great.
And we got the ocean to our left, which is really kind of hazy today, so you can't really see it so much, but hopefully it'll clear up here a little bit later, and we'll get a nice view up here. But we're up here having a little flat Earth get together on top of this beautiful park. It's called Signal Hill Park. Hilltop Park is actually.
Yeah, Kenny, we've missed our cameraman. You know, we've missed our cameraman on our trips.
But I got Rene here. He's an amazing flat Earth host of this great event. Why don't you say hi, Rene?
How you doing, Karen?
Hey, hello, Rene. How are you?
Fantastic. Just another flat Sunday here on our beautiful stationary flat Earth under the dome firmament.
Yeah, I must admit that's pretty nice view through Kenny's camera there.
Well, I wanted to set it up. I mean, it was just you called me and said, "Hey, let's do a hangout," and this was just like, "Oh, how about Sunday?" I'm like, "Well, there's this thing going on, so yeah, why don't I come up there and do it there?"
Yeah, it's just like old times, Kenny.
It's like old times, man. It's just like we're right back. We didn't miss a step, Karen. We still got this going on here. The Earth is still flat. Last time I checked.
Yeah.
It's stationary. It's not moving. What's underneath the Earth? I don't know. What's above it? I don't know for sure, but I know what I'm standing on. And it's not what we were taught, obviously, right?
Exactly, not what we were taught.
So we're still trying to figure it all out. I think we're getting closer.
Has Rene organised this then?
Rene?
Right, I'm here. I allocated every other Sunday to do a street activism. And this is one of the parks that I gotta do, so I'm very passionate about the movement. I hate liars. And every time I have the chance to expose a lie, I'm right there and then. When the MMS protocol came into play, alternatives from vaccinations, when it comes to music, 432 hertz music, now the flat Earth, I like to push anything that have been indoctrinated into us, questioning it and be able to bring harmony back into a beautiful place.
And also the people, because it's the people who've become very narcissistic, haven't they, through it all?
Yeah, no question. Huh?
Give it a second.
Okay. We have a gentleman here just walked up on us. What's your name?
Steven.
Steven.
Gravity.
I'm Kenny.
Nice
This
to meet you,
is
sir.
Renee.
Yeah, we have a.
Pleasure to meet you, Steven.
Are you
What's
on
going
the flat earth? Do you mind if you go live here in front of you?
Yeah,
Get
well,
in front.
we're not. We can't go live anymore because YouTube have done something.
I mean, we're just recording. We're not live.
All right.
We're not live.
Yeah, thank God. I've been on ABC
But
News
what
a
it
couple
is
times.
it's being recorded,
Skateboarding
and then
industry
when it
back in the
goes,
day, right?
Uh-huh.
when it goes on YouTube,
My
we
point was, like,
premiere
we've
it, and then
been
we
here a
get a
couple of
chat
days.
room.
I got you.
We came
So
up
we
here.
kind of
Yeah,
we're
you
kind of
good.
live
And
because
some of
the
them are
chat
just
room's
trying to
live.
not really just prove your thing, right?
Hold on one
But
second,
bringing-
Karen.
Put that down a little bit.
Steven's here.
Closest. There you go.
We're doing a little
Now-
bit of a conversation
brother,
about.
Do you have a
Earth here.
question?
I'm sorry.
What's your question?
The world's not flat.
Okay.
The world is flat, right? Then why do we have?
I don't want to get this.
You don't want to. I know.
So what's your question?
Why do we have gravity?
There's no
It's a
gravity.
theory.
That's
first of
just a
all.
word.
It's just a word.
What's the song?
The music's not good though because you
I've been
could get
doing
All right, we
copyright
stopped it.
strikes
No,
for
no,
that.
I've been doing this all morning. with you
That's
guys.
right.
Oh well, I just got here.
I just want to see where's that guy? Where's John Jones? He's in that truck.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy, what's that guy's name? He's like, they go out there and see people do things differently. You know what I mean?
There's
And they
lots
go
of
like,
us doing
hey,
that.
like somebody pushes an old woman down, right? And they,
That ain't good.
well, you know what I mean? But and they sit in the mall, or whatever, or they do something stupid, right?
No,
John Coney's this,
I've heard of it. Okay.
yeah, whatever.
I get the idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's all right, Steve.
Can I have a drink a little bit? You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
Hey, man, nothing wrong with drinking, man.
I was here this morning,
Cool, man.
and I came back with some more rebuttal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you find what's your best evidence that we live on a spinning ball?
My best evidence?
Yeah. What's your best evidence?
Science.
Science.
And science. Yeah. So for what formula would you give me scientifically to prove that there's a curvature?
Well, if I'm in an aircraft,
Uh-huh.
you can see the curvature of the Earth.
You
Okay.
can.
Yeah, you can in the aircraft. Yeah.
According to the top physicists in this country, you can't see the curvature of the Earth until you get up about 200,000 feet.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's say we're sitting at the where we're thinking about Mount Kilimanjaro. Let's just say, right? I haven't been there, right? I've been on some like Tall Mountain, like Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Okay.
I've been up there.
Mount Rose, Lake Tahoe, Nevada, right?
I've been up the
And you look over the valley on a clear blue day.
Uh-huh.
You can look over the horizon, and you can see it drop away, right? To like we're down here in the daytime, right? We see flat line.
Can
here,
you
right?
ask
We see
him?
the
Can you
ships,
ask
right?
him when he looks out from that balcony?
Out here
Does he see a
the
drop?
ocean?
Does he see a curve?
We
He
see
doesn't
that,
see a
right?
curve.
So how,
it
that's
falls off, right?
every day you see that drops? Do you see any
Well,
drops?
not some days you can't see, and you can't
Sometimes
see.
you cannot
Some
see,
days you
right?
can't see
And
it,
sometimes
right?
you can see very far, right?
Some days you can see Catalina. Some days you can't.
Exactly. So that proves that sometimes
not
in a
proof.
perfect day, it's flat.
But in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right?
Did you think Columbus actually went to India or went to Mexico?
I'm sorry.
I think
This
he
is
lived,
good.
I think it was. I
This
don't
is
know
like
what he discovered. I
elementary
just know he
flat
was-
Earth stuff here.
I know he was.
Hang
He
on,
was an
Karen.
explorer, right? Looking to get some gold. But see, like my ancestors were Vikings, right?
Yeah,
And
they went
came-
to Mexico too.
We went all over this planet. We found there was nothing here to discover, so we moved on, right? And we went back home. But
But do you think Columbus, because you brought it up, do
Well,
you think
just 'cause-
Columbus
okay.
circumnavigated?
that's what they teach.
All right,
No?
can I just ask you one question?
Sure, sir.
If you turn around and look, how far do you think those mountains are right
Well,
there?
that's Redondo. Well,
The
that's
Santa
Redondo
Monica
Beach.
Mountains. That's Santa
No, that's
Monica.
gonna be right.
That's Santa Monica Mountain.
That's
Santa
Santa Monica.
Yeah,
That's Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy there. Yeah,
That's Wilson right there.
that's Rancho Palos Verdes.
Rancho Palos Verdes.
Okay,
And you see this beautiful flat area here to the left?
yeah. That's the
That's Santa
That's-
Monica,
that's where all the
right? That's
oil
Santa
plant,
Monica.
all the oil plants are.
No, that goes out to Malibu. You can see all the way to the corner of Malibu. Can you see the mountain at the very tip out there on the ocean?
Yeah, it's kind of like in the haze, but yeah,
You can see it, right?
right.
That's about 100 miles.
You think so?
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty close.
easy.
It's close to 100 miles. We should not see that tip there at all. There should be 7,000
There's
feet of mist.
curvature for every
You're saying the
mile.
curvature of the Earth should take it away?
We know the math formula for the curvature of this thing that we've been told we live on,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't line up with our observations. So this is why a lot of people have jumped into this, because the higher we go up, the flatter it looks. We go up to 100. We put up balloons 180,000, 130,000 feet, and it looks just like that picture right there on that poster. It's totally flat. It looks the same here as it does at 180,000, 130,000.
I wish I was a theologian, bro.
It's all right.
Because
I'm not either.
I would argue that with you, but
Look into it. Test the glove. Just test it.
Test it. Do you feel like you're spinning right now?
like, because what I had a
We're
stroke.
not moving. We're not
Do you
moving.
feel like we're spinning? Do you know
Oh
what?
no, because
Do you know how fast? Do you know how fast?
Oh, it holds me down.
Do you know how fast we're supposed to be spinning at this spot right here, right now?
180,000 miles per second.
No, that's the speed of light.
Yeah, but ask him to spin a tennis ball with water in it. Get him to spin a tennis ball with water, and the water flies off.
So, how fast do you think we're spinning just standing on this piece
Well,
of
it takes
ground?
24 hours to spin around. We're 22,000, so about 24,000 miles an hour, right?
Well, we would spin around once an hour if that was the case.
All right, so do the math. Tell me. Tell me.
1,000 miles an hour.
1,000 miles an hour.
I got a, Karen, I have a, I'm hearing myself. Okay, that's better. 1,000 miles an hour. Do you know how fast that is? If something flew by here at 1,000 miles an hour,
You wouldn't even see it.
you wouldn't even see it until it was all the way over there by Los Angeles.
It'd
Maybe.
be a buzz.
If it came in right here, by the time you heard it, it would already be past Los Angeles.
You know,
That's how fast 1,000 miles an hour.
I know how fast that is.
So it's fast.
I've traveled like 400, 500.
Yeah, me too, on an airplane. And so I just want you to think about that.
Go tell grandma and grandpapa that they're not on spinning ball. They'll.
Grandpa's not here anymore.
Oh, sorry. Grandma.
No, don't
Tell
worry.
your sister.
Yeah, it's very important. They don't let no one die as a spinner.
Anyway, thank you, Karen.
Let me have it up. Wait, though, now.
Oh.
Oh no, thank you.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
He's not
sorry.
going to change.
I don't want to fuck up your documentary.
No, we're just.
Well,
He's not
doing,
going to change his mind, is he? He's not going to
Well, it
change his
takes time.
mind.
Well, not
It's gonna
today.
take
Nobody changes their mind in one day usually.
Right. He just was supposed to,
But
this
he's
morning.
asking the right
He's coming
questions.
back. He was here this morning. Where are you this morning, brother?
Was that this morning?
you
I was
were-
here.
yeah.
There.
Yeah, he was
And I
here
had, you
and he asked. He was shocked, and
I had
now
some
he's
solid
coming.
questions,
He
right?
came back to cross-reference to ask other questions, and I think it's beautiful that we captivate his mind. Now you're never gonna be bored from now on. Seriously.
I'm never bored.
Now look into try to debunk this beautiful
That's
stationary
like,
Earth.
back in the day, okay? They said, like, oh, when the clocks are going to change in 2000, right?
Yeah.
The clocks are going to change, right? So I'm going to be screwed up, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
nothing
I
happened.
was in prison that day, right?
They would have forgotten that you were there.
They
All
would have forgotten I was there.
Yes.
You gotta say hi to Karen.
They would have forgotten you were there.
Hi, Karen.
Hold on. Let me get the mic. Oh, yeah.
Hey, hello, Lucy.
Get the mic.
How are
Step in
you?
front of the camera. So you can see
I'm
Larry.
okay, thank
Is
you.
it
How are
this one?
you?
Yes. Lucy Lemons.
Hi. Hey, Karen. How's it going?
Hey, I like the hair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deeper shaded.
Yeah, we just got here
Starlet.
a few
Deeper
minutes
shaded.
ago. This is a perfect spot.
Isn't
you can
it
see.
great?
Yeah, you can see everything perfectly.
Long distance. It's very easy to convert them.
It's a very nice view, and I noticed there's a lot
Yeah.
of people coming
It's a
here.
lot easier up here. Or at the beach. Either one.
It's a very nice park. There's plenty of people here right now,
So,
and if they don't, talk to us, at
Karen,
least
what
they'll
have you been up to, man?
see,
What have you been up to?
what's going on. Well, not much. I've just been laying low, staying out of trouble, and just trying to survive in the matrix.
No doubt, right?
Nasty.
Yeah, there's always
Nasty work.
there's always something going on. You don't get out of one.
The sunset. And it's a perfect day. I'm doing this every other weekend
Love
here because I don't want to make my wife feel that, I'm a full-time glovortionist. A full-time glove zombie slayer.
Blame Slayer.
Glove zombie slayer.
Lobotomist.
So I had to allocate some time so my family knows, hey, he has to do his thing. And they learn to live with a flat earther. And And that's what it's going to have
Yeah.
to be. They have to learn to live with the flat earthers.
You have to learn.
We ain't going nowhere. Flat earth defends itself.
Once you go flat, you never go back.
That's right.
It never happens because once you turn the switch on in your brain and the machine is on, that's it. You're
That's
awake
it.
and you can never go
You're
back
done.
to sleep ever again. It's a switch, and you know.
That's why they're suppressing it so heavily. So they know that switch, man. It's the on switch to break
I
it
love
out.
the hair, Lucy.
Thank you, Karen.
That suits you. That dark hair, the bob hair.
Thank you. I've always wanted to have tiny little hair.
Yeah, I think that if you wake up, don't you? But you've got to know who you are as a person, because that helps. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're going to believe in.
Yeah, and waking up helps you actually realize who you are because you tap into a lot of parts of yourself when you wake up into the truth. It's not just knowing that the earth is flat. It's one rabbit hole that leads into many rabbit holes, and you're like, wow, there's a lot of like underground stuff going on in here. I can't believe this. There's so many secrets, and you can just never finish. Just kind of like all these tiles that I'm looking at, it's probably just all these secrets underground that we're never going to see. You know, but our eyes can see them. The eyes inside our mind can see them, but our eyes out here can't because they won't allow us to see this stuff. That's why they hide them and they come out at night.
Yes,
These
it is something like
whatever
that,
they
Lucy.
are, whatever these people are that control the world, that shouldn't control the world. Yeah.
And it's so easy to break away. You know, if you are young and you're listening to stuff and you stumble upon people doing street activism, it's something that they never seen. And for example, let's turn around over here.
Yeah, let's walk over here to the signs.
Kenny, can I just say that the quality in the picture's not that good? You're a bit glitchy.
You're a little bit glitchy.
I'm glitching. Is she glitching?
Could it be the signal?
I don't know. In one sense, you know the little picture, it's perfect, but on
You
the
should
main
keep this
screen,
away
it's
from the
that's
sun
I
so
am.
it
That's why I'm
doesn't.
standing in
Good
the
idea.
shade.
Because it heats
that,
up.
I want to keep
yeah,
you in the shade too, though.
Yeah, come over here.
well, we just
Anyway.
carry on. It's the best we
Where-
can do. So it's the best we can do
She
anyway.
Hey, get on the Michaela.
So Kenny, how many people do they think are going to sign up today?
Has
Well,
anyone come by and asked, like, hey, what's
yeah,
this?
we
Like,
do.
what are you
Yeah,
saying?
we do have a lot of people that have actually engaged. They're coming in and out, and this is a great point to meet because they come in with their bikes. It's hard to get here. You know, to a lot of runners, families that come and they see our little cars and they can use their telescopes and they see us and it's just it picks up. You'll see it.
Did
More
you show
people
Karen your
interacting.
astronaut?
Yes, and also we have a prop here. You see that at the end we have an
It's perfect
astronaut.
for Halloween right now.
Mm.
Zoom in on the hangout.
Yeah, that is a failed experiment of an astronaut in a vacuum.
There's a pilot over there talking to one of our flat earth friends.
That's
Like,
right.
he's not a flat earther, but
He's
Yeah,
waving
but you
to
know,
me. The astronaut's
yeah,
waving to me.
yes, sir. He said,
he
"Hey,
is. Look
help
at him.
me!"
He's like, help me!
Hey,
I
hello
lost his face. I'm floating
there.
his face on a ball as an accident.
Help me.
We have
So
a monkey floating through
it is
space.
really nice that a lot of people they bring their own telescopes and they see that oh wow, what's going on here? And there's a lot of people, flat earthers that brought us water that they just thought, oh, I'm a flat earther too, and they just brought us food and
So how many people are you hoping will come today?
in and out. So far we interacted with about 100 people.
Wow.
A lot of people
Wow.
came in their bicycles. And it's hot, but there'll be more coming. You'll see over
There'll be
here.
more.
The park
Lots
here is a
more.
park, so they're gonna be coming in and now. We have Gabriel right there talking to a pilot, and it's gonna be filled up. And great place, you know. We have facilities to use for the bathrooms and barbecue, and we have also cameras in case somebody comes and tries to. Hurt us because these gloves, some of these glove zombies, you know, they're very aggressive. Why are you teaching this to the children? Yeah, why not? Teaching them how to think critically is the goal.
It's all they're just brainwashed. Television has a lot to do with it.
No doubt, right?
Well, yeah, mostly.
Unfortunately,
They're totally
they don't
brainwashed.
realise they're the brainwashed people, do they? They don't realise it's them who's brainwashed.
They defend their globe with claws. Like they will claw you for the globe.
No doubt.
You know?
Yeah.
They get upset.
They get
So
upset,
that's
man.
why I don't push it when I talk to people about that.
Really upset.
Unless they want to know more. It's a good approach. I've been doing Lyft lately, and when I noticed that, okay, this person kind of seems like they would kind of understand, about it, I talk to them about it, but I start off by saying, oh, have you heard about the flat earth, la 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 la? And they usually say, what's that? And I'm like, flat earth, the shape of the earth. And but if I tell them,
Never heard of it.
if I tell them right off the bat that I'm a flat earther, sometimes they stop listening. So I kind of go at it by telling them, have you heard of it? Oh, I've been looking into it, la la la. What do you think about it? And they're kind of more open to speak because it seems like as soon as you tell them that, no, it's not a globe, they stop listening. So maybe
Drop me off. Drop me off right now.
I guess maybe the approach that we take has a lot to do with when we're talking to people. You have to take the right approach. It's a sensitive thing, because it's like telling them you're wrong, and nobody likes to be wrong.
No, especially as it's been indoctrinated since birth. But they don't know that they don't know that they don't know
Come on
that
in,
they
take a
don't
picture.
know.
Don't be
know
shy.
That they don't know. Yeah, they don't know that.
You
they
got
don't
questions,
know. That's why they take
Rene?
them away from people when they're little. They put them in schools, and they study them in schools, and they indoctrinate them in schools.
It's nice to see some blue sky.
Yes, we can see very far from here.
Oh yeah, we should see Malibu.
The sunset's gonna be so amazing.
No doubt, right?
Oh, that's it. We've got somebody else with us now. We've got
To the left
Amy
again,
with us.
or to the right?
Amy.
All right.
Hello,
Amy.
Karen. Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Hello,
Amy,
Karen.
I've met Amy through my other channel, but she's very interested in what we're doing. Amy, where do you live? They're in California. Where are you? Explain where you are.
I am in Maryland, Baltimore,
Cool.
Maryland, the other side of the country.
All right,
Nice.
sister.
Yes.
You're talking to Flat Earth Dude, Rene, and Lucy Lemons.
Oh,
Hi, Amy.
very nice to meet you. Hello.
Nice to meet you too. Do you
Correct.
have a lot of flat
Yes.
earth friends over there?
Well, Amy's. One second, I'll just say that Patricia's here. So Patricia's not really met Amy. So Amy, Patricia, Amy.
Hello. Hello, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
It's ladies'
Good to
night.
finally meet you. Formal introduction.
Fantastic. I'm known as Earth is Usually Flat on my channel.
Yes.
Oh, Patricia said hello, I think. I think she said hello.
Yeah,
She
I
took a
heard
microphone off
her.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear her.
Patricia?
Yeah.
Patricia's here?
Yeah. Patricia?
Yeah, I hear her.
No,
You only take so much abuse, man.
I know.
Eventually,
She said hello. She said hello.
she got.
Yes, hello, Patricia.
We'll talk a bit more, you, me, and Patricia afterwards. But anyway,
Joseph,
Amy's joined my other channel,
you want
but
water?
basically I've told her so much that she understands
Your
Flat
mug?
Earth
Okay.
now, don't you, Amy?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Good.
I always
Really good
kind of
stuff.
suspected that it might be a flat earth. And then when I met Karen, she really helped me to understand it. So I have joined the world of flat
It's
earthers.
rainbow. You like rainbow?
Yay! Well done,
welcome
Amy.
to the family of love and peace.
Yes, I love it. That's
Anyway,
right.
so that's Lucy Lemons on the screen, and that's her boyfriend.
And this is Rene right here.
Oops.
And we were talking to Rene. There's Rene.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Lovely
Yeah.
people.
And then we've got Flat Earth Dude there as well. He's standing behind the camera.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
Flat Earth Dude. See, when you're in a higher level, science is on our side. We come here to share the truth that the whole blue marble is pseudoscience, and we enjoy just being in a position where we are in another level. We are ahead of the imaginary curve, and that's exactly who we are. We just we stand giving our hand to our brothers and sisters that have not been able to see this lie, and help them, give them a hand, and destroying the demonic glove zombie mentality with just love and pure knowledge
Yes.
of how everything works. Simple. We don't need to lie. Flat Earth defends itself. Go test the glove. Put the glove doctrine to the test, and enjoy your beautiful stationary flat Earth. What are you
Oh,
thinking?
I like that.
I love that.
That was
yes.
beautiful, Renee.
Uh,
Mhm.
looks
I can't
looks
say
like
anything. You summarized it all up in one elegant sentence. Beautiful.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to actually, when I talk about the astrology, for example, if you were born today, your name will be Sunday. In the Aztec calendar, that energy repeats once every 52 years. So that's why your name is very unique. So that energy repeats, and that means that we're like a radio that is receiving a little bit beyond that, because we're receiving a signal, but the radio doesn't have the signal. We're sending and receiving information, and we're the vessel and the manifestation of this beautiful music, because the stars are sonoluminescent, and we are manifesting that beautiful music that's happening above the waters, that are making
hmm.
every star is a note, and we're listening, and the repetition of those cycles, we're understanding and listening the entire song repeating. It's like when you hear a beautiful song, like
Hmm.
uh, it's a small world
I love that one.
after all,
Yes.
under the dome firmament. But it's so miraculous to know that we're already on paradise, and the religion is to separate us, nations to separate us, borders to separate us. We're all one big flat earth army, brothers and sisters.
Where's
That's
Jen?
it.
Karen, where's
Yeah.
Jen?
Well, I've added him.
Flat
It's
Earth
quite early for
Revolutionist.
him. He asked me to send him
He's
the
our
link,
leader.
so I've done that. I've done it. I've sent it to him. But very nicely put, Rene. Rene, that was lovely.
Yes. The weather looks beautiful in California. It is raining
Yes,
and
yeah,
gray here.
oh, really?
Yes, so I want to be out there. It's so beautiful.
It's so hot. We have
Is
an ice
it? Oh,
cream
wow.
truck for all the children over
Oh,
there.
my goodness.
They're gonna get free flat Earth stickers for all the children.
Oh,
And
oh, that
we're
sounds
gonna continue
amazing.
seeing. We see downtown LA from here, straight
Wow.
ahead, and it's just
Oh,
another
that's
beautiful
gorgeous.
day.
Look at
Beautiful.
that view, though. Look at that view. I mean, you can see for miles, and you can see the mountains in the background, which would be
Yes.
impossible if we were on something that was spinning and got a curve on it.
Yes. That's right.
They would be pointing down. Everything would be going down, not straight across.
Right.
I have my friend here, King Joseph. I would like to, introduce you to you. Just a minute.
He's talking to Karen.
Oh, yes. Can you talk to them? Give us a piece of your amazing love.
Karen.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Miss Karen. How are you?
Hello, my darling. Thank you very much. Nice to be speaking to you.
It's nice to be speaking to you, Miss Karen. How you been?
Very well, thanks. We've spoken to you before, but it was quite a long time ago. Probably just when you started going out with Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got any questions, man?
Before I met Lucy, I wasn't a flat earther. Lucy
Yeah, you were.
opened. I
You
mean,
were already a flat earther.
I was a flat earther, but Lucy opened my eyes to it a lot more, and it shook me to my core because I didn't know how serious the flat earth movement was until I actually came out and saw the great work that everybody were doing. So yeah, I'm not still shocked about it. It's like how do we um, how do we strategically go about it without hurting people or insulting their previous years of indoctrination? I was going to say education, but indoctrination works too.
Yes.
Yes. But it's nice to know that Lucy's helped you on your journey.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's a spiritual journey.
Talking about journey, I heard that you have two channels now. Is everything going okay? And YouTube
Well, yes,
isn't
we're
trying to.
back on the sun and moon, and that's going really great. But obviously, you know what YouTube have done. The way that they've manipulated everything, and they don't, they take you off the algorithm, so it's harder to get a larger amount of people because people just don't see you in the when they look up things, they're just not going to see you because they've taken our subject out of the algorithm, so you won't be able to find people. You've just got to come across them. But the other channel where I met Amy is much more to do with what we've been watching in the media and stuff like that, because that's all a lie. And yeah, so that
Yes.
one is sort of been ripping apart this case, which we found out that the people they're using in it, they don't even have, Patricia's found it, they don't even have certificates or death certificates. So, you know what I mean? It's just, so I've met Amy do that, and to be honest, listening to you lot, it sounds lovely, doesn't it, Amy? Because the media world and the
Yes.
people that, it's quite a nasty place, isn't it, YouTube, when you're
It,
talking about and you're going against.
yes. That is right.
So
Yes.
it's actually quite lovely listening to spiritual people.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's for sure.
And Lucy's very into that anyway. She's very into spiritualness, children, psychology.
Oh,
Inner
Yeah.
oh,
healing. Yeah, it's quite a journey. It definitely is quite a journey, and it's not easy at all. When they say that being spiritual, they think that it's just nothing but smiles and stuff. No, it involves a lot of tears and going through a
yes.
lot of emotions.
Yes.
Because you find out, you kind of like realize what happened to you, and you're like, oh man, like that really sucks. You know, like I was lied to for all these years, and all these
Right.
lies, they influence your life, and these lies and
Mm.
they influence your reality. So it makes you upset.
Yes.
Joseph put it in a really nice way just then because he said, I was in shock. And then how do you not upset everybody by trying to tell them the truth?
That's
Um,
right.
I was shocked in a way that I thought everybody was in on it, not the flat Earth stuff, because that was shocking to me. But all of the conspiracies and everything else like that, I thought everybody was in on it. And then it turns out that people really don't know. And I mean,
Mm.
by the age of 17, I figured out that 9/11 was fake. And I was like, wow. And
Yes.
as I grew up, about 13 years later, it's like everybody else really have faith in their government. And this one guy, I told him the truth. And he said, no, I can't think my government wouldn't do anything like that to lie to the people. He has faith in them. And it's like
Mm.
believing in God. I'm not saying God doesn't exist. I'm just saying that people put their faith in the government more than they believe in their creator, and
Yes.
that's heartbreaking, because
It
the
is.
Bible teaches the earth is flat, and it shows you that you're a divine, you're a special person, and you go to
Yes.
school and they say, hey, you evolved from 5 monkeys having sexual relations with a fish, and that's
Mm.
evolution, and you're on a spinning ball.
And
But
you share DNA with a banana.
and
I've heard that too. I've heard that.
and it's mentally disturbing because the cosmology of all these ancient civilizations show a dome-like structure, and it's just NASA with a marble with no satellite. Sometimes they have satellites, sometimes they have the moon, sometimes they don't have the moon. It's all
Mm.
just computer generated images. And flat earthers like us and Rene and everyone else that put this wonderful project together, we use tangible evidence that anyone could go out and repeat this scientific fact and come up with the same evidence or even more evidence that prove that these theories that we're learning from are lies. Flat Earth
Yes.
really the Flat Earth really nipped the Big Bang theory in the butt. And the theory, I don't know why we're still learning from a theory. It's all, not all, but possibly all education systems is based upon a theory. And if this theory is a lie, that means you're not being educated at all. You're being indoctrinated. And Flat Earth
Right.
just stops it and changes the entire outlook and outcome of these things.
Yes. Yes. I remember learning in school, they taught you about if the earth were flat, you would fall off of it or whatever. I mean, they just really indoctrinate you, like you said.
It's crazy that you say that because the movie Pirates of the Caribbean showed the flat Earth, and he
Uh
showed the
huh.
ship going over the edge of the flat Earth, and it was about to fall, but the ship flew into a kind of a black hole, possibly whatever it was, and
Mm-hmm.
it just it shows that some movies, even Disney movies, it shows flat Earth and it shows the edges, but it shows the ships or whatever either falling off the edge or going into the edge. But no one has actually, except for Admiral Byrd back in the 1950s. Admiral Byrd went and discovered that it was a flat Earth and there was a dome. Nonetheless,
Wow.
when Admiral Byrd released the information of there's a continent twice the size of America back in the 1950s, immediately it was shut down and no one was allowed to explore within that region at all.
Oh, wow. I never even heard that.
Hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not an
Yes.
admiral, so I never had the money or the power to do such a thing.
Right,
But just
exactly.
as long as Admiral Byrd is the truth as well, because we just don't know anymore, do we? What is the truth and what is a lie now? Maybe
Yes.
he was put in there to say what he says, but at least he shows that there's more land. There's more land. That's what he found, Amy. If you don't know who he is, he found more land. And he was going back, and then they stopped the expedition, and then that's the end of him. But he went on television, like whatever it was, 1940, and he was talking about the fact that he'd found
Mm.
more land in Antarctica that you could live on.
Hmm.
Wow.
One
See, I
thing that
never heard.
oh, I'm sorry, Amy. What did you say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I had never heard that before. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Go
What
on. I had
one
never
thing
heard thing. Yeah.
One thing that shocked me is I saw Australia from afar on a ship, and
Uh,
Australia looked like a giant tree stump surrounded by water. And I took a picture of it specifically years ago, at least 7+ years ago. And now when I look at that picture, I'm like, what's going on?
right.
I'm utterly speechless, and I'm wondering how many giant tree stumps are surrounded by water all over the ocean, Pacific, Atlantic Ocean that we don't know about.
That's
Do you
right.
know what it kind of looks like? It actually looked like, with some research that we did, that the reason Antarctica is so high. Oh, what's that?
No, they.
Yeah, they're having fun.
It's a baby shower, guys. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a flat Earth.
A flat Earth
Oh
boy.
wow.
How
That's
amazing.
exciting. Yes.
That's hilarious. That's so good.
It kind of looks like, if you
Can't
look
make
at
this shit
the,
up.
the
Right.
roots, right? The roots of a
What
tree
a
are
coincidence.
Antarctica, and it's like a tree fell over, and we're living on the bark of a tree. That's what it looks like in the research that I saw. Did you hear
Wow.
that, Joseph?
We live on a tree bark.
Yeah. What it is it's like a big tree fell over, and then that's what the information looked like. And then we're living on the bark of a tree. And you just said Australia looked like it was
Don't
was
worry about
part
it.
of a tree.
It's biodegradable.
Interesting. I was looking into the Olympic symbol the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and the Olympics are 5 rings, and the rings should all be centered, but yet they look like they're all chained up, like it's 5 different races living in one chain. And when you look
Mm-hmm.
at the pattern of life, it shows at least three, maybe six, nine. Um, it's the pattern of life shows at least seven rings, and all those rings are intertwined, just like the Olympics rings, but it's like 3 extra rings or 2 extra rings at the top. Nonetheless, I was thinking that maybe there are more than one different races of people or living creatures
Mm.
on this earth, and we all live together, but yet half of them are hidden from us, and maybe that's why people think space exists. Like, I always go back to the movie
Wow.
Guardian of the Galaxies. There's this area where the outlaws live, and in this outlaw area, they live in a severed head of a goddess. And in
Hmm.
this one TV show called Bob's Burgers, there's a place called
Check it
King's
out,
Head
guys.
Island. So there's many areas on this earth that they say is uninhabited, but yet I'm okay. That
Thank
they
you.
say is uninhabited, but I think there are advanced civilizations that live there, but they don't want to interact with human beings because of our violent nature that they see on TV, you know?
Wow. That is
It's
really
fine.
intriguing.
We're on a hangout. It's fine. They call me
Wow.
Outer
Well, so,
Ponders,
yeah.
by the way.
But that's just my theory. I don't have any type of proof or
Right.
anything like that. That's just my theory, you know, like why can't we explore beyond Antarctica, or why when we drive from California to New York there's a fence up and they say no trespassing. Like the area
Yes.
is deserted. So what are we gonna do if we go there? We're not gonna like create a mining farm, or I don't
Right.
know. Like what can we do? We don't
Our
have,
intentions are good.
yeah, we don't have the money or the resources to go there and trade them guns and give them alcohol and have them sign over their land. Even if they do live there, if they don't, all we can do is just go there, build a house, and tell homeless people to go there and build a positive civilization. But we're not allowed to explore such areas, you know?
Yes.
Hey, Joseph, do you want to hear my theory? Just looking at it, what it is on the place we live, there's hot places and cold places. So you've got the Andes, they're a cold place in a hot country. You've got the Alps between two hot countries, and Everest is in a hot country. But if I took you to Everest and said we were at Antarctica, you'd believe that it went on forever. I've got a feeling that they're just hot places and cold places, and they just take you to three cold places on this place. But maybe behind it, there's lots of land, just like Everest is in a hot country.
Yeah.
I agree with you because 73% of the Earth atmosphere is made out of nitrogen, and liquid nitrogen, from what I've been observing from quantum physics, quantum magnets, liquid nitrogen could make magnets float in the air. And if 73% of the Earth atmosphere is liquid nitrogen at a certain level atmosphere, that means crafts, continents. I don't even know how to say such a thing, but something giant is orbiting on there, maybe from the gold, and they say that the giant tree stumps had gold inside of it. So if someone
Wow.
cut those trees and they built a giant something out of it, those things are able to float in the air, and it will make sense that the Earth has 70, well, the Earth atmosphere is 73% nitrogen, which will
Mm-hmm.
sustain these giant objects, UFOs, whatever anyone wants to call it, to float constantly. You
Oh,
know,
You know what
wow.
though? Most people don't know that we live in an electromagnetic place. Everything's electric. You've got electric pulses. The air is electric. The
Yes.
sun's electric. Everything is electric, and it's all to do with electromagnetic. But a lot of the globe people, sorry, Amy, won't. She's a flat earther now. But a lot of the globe people won't know that.
That's right.
Moving the goalposts. Moving it.
well, everyone, not everyone, but most globe believers, it's they're entitled. You know, if you went to college and you spent thousands of dollars in a college diploma, if someone tried to
Right.
tell you, hey, what you learned is a lie, and you know that you spent the money on this lie, you're going to defend it and say, nope, that's the truth, because I just spent all this money on a lie. And who would spend money on learning a lie? You know, that's
Right.
really offensive to most individuals. You know, no one wants
Yes.
to admit that they've been lied to. I
Oh,
think us
that's
flat
right.
earthers should take a different standpoint. I'm not saying we should trick people into learning about the flat earth, but maybe we should say, hey, top 5 videos that prove the earth is a globe. And then when they watch the video, they see top 5 reasons why the earth isn't a globe. Like a reverse psychology. It goes back to
Mm-hmm.
cognitive dissonance. And
Yes.
maybe we should explain cognitive dissonance to individuals before going into deep about the flat earth, because cognitive dissonance is, I'm sorry for saying this, but it's a mental, it's mental, for me to think the earth is spinning. If I let this umbrella go, like now, it's supposed to fly off at 1,000 miles per hour. For me to catch it, is my hand moving 1,002 miles per hour for me to catch it? It doesn't make sense.
That's
So
right.
cognitive dissonance is what most people is suffering from, and once we get past that, we're then
Yeah.
able to see the flat earth, and then once we get past that, we're then able to fix it. Like, let's create a system where we water more trees, or we take care of the women and the children, and we just do things to make our lives a lot more easier instead of,
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
Lucy,
Yes,
Joseph's
Carol.
lovely. I
The what?
said Joseph's lovely.
Oh yes, he is very lovely.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Very, very kind and collected.
Oh.
I don't
We
want
want
to.
more people like that.
Oh, well, the best way to be, how could you be me? Just follow your heart.
Speak from your heart.
Yes, speak from your heart.
Oh.
I normally take like 3 to 30 seconds before answering a question, and sometimes people
Mm-hmm.
probably think I'm retarded because I take a longer time to answer questions. Because I'm actually thinking.
Oh,
we should all
Oh.
think, but the more you take time to think.
yes.
Two ears, one mouth. Twice as long
Listen,
while you're
Amy,
listening as you're
Mhm.
Amy, Joseph and Lucy are young people, so it's actually quite encouraging that young
Yes, it
people feel like.
is. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We live in
And
a
that's
very
at
One
cold,
the
thing.
horrible society, so it's really nice to hear young people talking like
yes.
that.
Oh,
One
it
thing to all the
is.
flat Earth couples out there: if you're dating someone that isn't a flat Earth,
Mhm.
Just use logical facts to try to convince them otherwise. If it's not working, I won't say move on. Just let it sit in. Eventually, it will
Mhm.
sit in.
Just hover.
Yeah, eventually it'll hovering, and then it'll just fall down to the flat Earth plane, and then it'll sink in. And
Yes.
one thing that flat earthers always or flat earthers, earthers argue about is consequentially is money, because if
Right.
someone discovers a flat earth, they're going to go to their job and tell everybody about their job about flat earth, and they might lose the money, which entails they lose their job, or possibly lose their job. And if they lose their job, the income is not going to come in. So some people, they know the earth is flat, but they don't want to talk about it because they don't want they don't want to lose their income. And that's a problem with many flat earth people or flat earth couples and stuff like that. So um
Exactly.
i I don't know how to solve this problem. I'm just one person, but it's just best for, I don't want to say have a split personality. When you go home, you're a flat earther. And when you go to work, you, you, people say, hey, have you seen a new Astro movie? Yeah, sure. What do you think about it? Great. Thumbs up. Keep it short and
Mm.
simple, because you always know that you know the truth, the earth is flat and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, lay low, stay out of trouble. If you're
Yeah.
on YouTube, create a fake YouTube page. Be like anonymous. I don't want to say wear a mask, because to me only the devil hides their intent. But you could just hide your face and say all this flat earthness. And when you go to work, you could be a globe earther. It's not that you're lying to yourself. It's just that
Right.
you're protecting your
Yes.
your you're protecting your survival, and at the same time you're letting people know. Some people could blatantly blade it out, and some companies will be fine with that. Most companies won't, because when you speak about flat earth, it disrupts the natural order of things. Like, if I go to college right now and I speak about flat earth all the time, granted, if I get good
Mhm.
grades, I'll still pass. But most students and teachers, they don't want to hear about the flat Earth.
That's right.
What's your family think? Do your family believe like you, Joseph, or are you the only one in your family?
Pardon?
Is your family? Have you told your family or friends, or is it that just it's you?
Um, I told some of my family members, and they are not on board. They know more truths about other things, but they won't agree that the Earth is flat. And they told me that if it is flat, what are you gonna do about it? You're just one person, worry about yourself. Like, my mother would say, "Hey, this franchise is not this name; it really means this name." And I was shocked when I found out about it. I'm not gonna say their franchise or anything like that, because I'm not trying to get into that conversation. But when I spoke to my mother about it, she said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the earth is flat or not. And I was like, if you know this information, why don't you speak up about it? But some people, I guess it comes to when you have children, or when you have
Hmm.
a great sense of things to lose, you tend to not shut up or anything about it. You tend
Right.
to limit yourself to what you want to say, because you have more to lose.
That's right.
And it's sad, because we're all in a position where we all have something to lose about speaking about this. And if we don't speak about this, what do we lose? We lose our
Well, yeah, because when
spiritual
you speak about
morals.
it changes everything, doesn't it? For a start, really.
Yes.
Yes, yes. But I don't want
Yeah,
to
but
change my
we don't mind
spiritual
being. I mean,
morals
at
and
the
my way of
moment,
life, my way of being.
That because if you're not yourself, you're not gonna be happy.
My father told me one thing, and I was so mad at him. I hanged up on him when he told me this. He asked me, "Hey, are you going to college?" And I was living about 11 hours away from him. And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to college." And he said, "Oh, you could lie to me, but you're only lying to yourself. And I was so angry that I just hanged up on
Aw.
him because I was
Aw.
lying to myself. And after that day, I said, no, I cannot lie to myself anymore. You know,
Aw.
no matter what,
That's
people shouldn't lie to themselves. It's just
that's
you won't
right.
know who
Well
you are if
said.
you lie to yourself.
That's exactly right. I agree.
We're living in a place that's lying to itself, though, aren't we, Josie?
There's so
Yes.
many there's so many layers to this deception that it'll take people years to catch up.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
and by us doing this right now, we'll be the founding fathers of flat Earth. Even though the Earth was already flat, we'll be the founding fathers of flat Earth,
Do you know what,
and
Joseph? Everybody thinks that this is something sort of new, right? In the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, when they were trying to turn us into a ball, in the 60s they did it, people were still talking about flat Earth, and then they kind of got rid of it in the late 90s. It just it just went, and so when it came back, sort of 20 years later, everybody thinks it's something new, but it's not. People that just
what
because we've had a bit of a gap, people think it's new, but it's not new. And all native cultures believe we're flat. They don't think we're a spinning ball.
That's
you're
right.
you're absolutely right because in 1972 there was this science. I don't know if he was a scientist, but there was this one man along with his wife that said the moon landing was fake. And to hear about the moon landing was fake versus 1972, so that's 11 years from 1961 when they first went to the moon, was unheard of. The internet brought everybody together to learn about this knowledge. But before the internet, certain individuals used to talk about it. And when they did, within that same year, they would have an untimely accidental death or something by the
Mm.
people that shouldn't be in power, you know?
Well,
So you're right. Flat Earth was being talked about. The fake moon landing was being talked about all the way since 1972 from my research. And you can find that on the Flat Earth Society website. And I know Flat Earth Society is different from real flat earthers, but on the website, the website's not completed because a lot of it have errors. But when I look at the evidence in certain areas, there's a lot of great articles on things of people that went against the globe model, but most of them
wow.
had untimely deaths.
Oh, that's awful. Well, I remember when I was about
Well, we
maybe
want to show
12
you
years
this. We want
old,
to show
my
you
dad and
this.
I were watching a documentary about
This is a ball. This is
uh,
physical
the
ball.
moon
It's a physical
landing,
thing.
that it was fake. And my
Holding your hand,
father,
you can look at it.
he
You
pretty
know,
much trusts the
there's
government all
purpose.
the time, but
You
we were
know that
watching it
children want
together,
to
and
know.
he
You can
believed in it,
and
that
say,
it
well,
was,
how far
he
should I
could
be able to
tell
see?
that it was a
Right?
fake thing. And that kind of stuck with me, and I kind of never did really believe it was real.
That does conspiracy theories, and his brother said that
Yeah, right now we're watching these children doing this flat earth, and it's nice to see children looking into
One
it.
of the ideas for flat Earth is that we have a
I wish more fathers were like your father and they teach people about the flat earth, you know?
Yes.
Well,
deep
Amy,
Um,
by
inside
the
there's
way,
some kind
that's
of
flat Earth
barrier holds
dude.
all
By
this
the way,
water
Amy,
what's that,
that's
Karen?
Kenny, flat Earth dude. You're looking at.
stars, everything goes
Yeah.
depending on which seas
But
go. In our summertime, it's going to be closer to the middle. In our wintertime, it's going to be a little bit farther out. That's the idea for changing the sea.
Joseph, that was really lovely. Thank you so much. What a nice young man you are.
oh, yes, you
Look at that
are.
mountain.
You
That's 65,
you
70 miles.
thank you guys. I am learning to take compliments, and thank you so much. You know, I'm not saying I'm used to the opposite. I can just see the opposite and used to the opposite, but it's great to stand in truth and hear positive comments about it. You know, it
Yes.
it people like you guys melt my heart, and my heart
Oh,
has a lot of
thank
walls. So
you.
thank you so much.
Oh, Rosie, sending you a
Oh,
hug.
yes. Yes.
I'm happy I've been rubbing off on you.
Yeah, yeah, Lucia Lemons.
I can see why Lucy's going out with you.
Oh, yes.
Trust me, Lucia have taught me everything that I'm speaking of. So
Oh,
yeah, I am.
wow.
Yeah,
She's the
she's another very wise person, is our Lucy.
she's the brain behind the
Yes.
muscle, as they say.
Oh,
Yes.
It's 67,000. That's what they're saying.
Well, when I first began to
600 miles an
suspect
hour.
the Earth was flat,
I
I
think it's
didn't
six,
even
six,
know
six, six,
anybody
six.
really truly believed that. It was just my own, it came to me. I
So now we're
just
going
thought,
1,000 miles an
and
hour.
then I tried to find
Now
out
we're going around the sun
about
at
it, and I saw that there
66,000
were
miles an hour.
people that believe in flat Earth. And this was a
Supposedly they
couple
tell us.
years ago, but you
If they
can't
sun,
really find anything in
moon,
the internet because it's kind
stars,
of blocked.
we're
And
all expanding out.
so I found Sun and Moon and met Karen. I couldn't really get any real information about it because if you try to find it on internet or whatever, they'll just everything is debunking it.
Like twirling.
that's right.
And
That's what
and
they've
I feel
done.
like it's got to
Trust
be.
your
Why would
senses.
they be so afraid
Go
to
out, measure
have
the sun
flat
for
Earth
yourself.
put out there
You
if
know,
it
you got a
wasn't
camera.
true? They would just say,
Go
"Oh,
across the lake with
these
a
silly
mirror.
people,
You videotape it so you
they
can see
think the
like
Earth is
your
flat,"
brain
but they go
shine
out of
mirroring
their way
10
to
miles.
shut it down
You
if
see
they
that mirror, there's no
can.
current.
So that proves to me
We've all
that
done that
they
test,
don't
so
want it out there because they know it's true, but they
we're
want to
like,
promote NASA and all that.
Earth is flat.
Well,
Just
they've
told
lied
my
to us so much
lied, yes.
that they can't go back on it now, can they?
Right, how can they go
one of
back?
my favorite ones, man. Oh, it's my favorite one.
What we're trying to like.
To
The
me,
best
it
is
goes
they've
back to
sent
the
us to the
fiat.
moon and done pictures supposedly from the moon, but all that's rubbish. So we know
Yes.
that, but they don't know that. Other people think it's real.
Oh, I
I think
know.
To
Kenny's. I
me,
think
it goes
Kenny's
back to
trying to
the.
talk to some people and tell them about flat Earth. There.
It goes back to
Yes.
me. It goes back to the fiat currency. Most banks need about $10,000 in order to loan out $10,000. So the rest of the money they just print it, and if they literally just print money,
Right.
that means that they could just print. If you have the power to print money, you have the power to save the world from its current debt situation. So if you don't want to print money to help the world, that means it's all about a form of control, and flat Earth breaks that form of
Yes.
control. You know.
Oh, no, that
And
is so
Also, don't forget, they're
refreshing.
treating us as if we're in some kind of boot camp where we're supposed to all be doing the same things, wearing the same things. They don't want anybody thinking differently or not following what
Exactly.
they want you to. That's what it
Ex-
is. And we don't, we
yes.
can't help it. Once you wake up, you can't follow that rubbish.
20 of those mountains.
Yes.
If you ever get up in an airplane,
yes,
it's flat. It's level.
Yeah.
It doesn't go. You don't feel like you're dipping your nose. So there's another. I'm gonna take a great example.
once I woke up,
Yeah, and people
And the reason you can't see that.
I can't believe people. I really thought everybody was on the same page because of the influence of racism and television. I'm not African American, so I'm from a third world country. So for me to be in America and hear how other people speak about third world countries, it's like, hey, you're worse than the African American and stupider. So I thought everybody
Right.
around me was way more intelligent and a lot more smart and educated than I am. And when I find out that it was all a lie,
Oh, wow.
I went around angry, but now I'm learning to just use my words to help people and benefit their life whatever way I can with my words, you know.
Hey, Joseph, you
Oh,
know what else
that's
they've done as well? They
beautiful.
want to make sure that we don't communicate with each other and we don't come together as a people, as one, They made sure
Right.
everybody hates everybody else, and what they want you to do is stay at
Yes.
home and stay separate. So
This is
that's
what we're
what these
supposed to
meetings are
be.
Exactly.
about. That's what
Corkscrewing
communicating is
around, the
about. They
sun's
don't want that,
shooting,
do they?
we're spinning, and going
Right.
around the sun, and we're
They
all
want us
shooting.
to be divided.
Really?
That's all they want
Come
is
on,
to
man. I feel
divide
nothing.
us.
I don't feel like I'm moving. I feel like you're moving, man.
I'm sorry, Flat Earth dude. Just try and get the best
You're
of you.
good, man.
Just try and get the best of you.
You're still hanging with us, Karen. You can go.
What
You
did
want
he
to talk to
say?
this young gentleman for a minute? Want to ask?
Does he want to talk to the young gentleman here?
Oh, sure,
Or he's
go on
about to get
then.
on there.
I'm here.
Hello, Kenny. Kenny,
You want to talk
I
to him?
don't know if you said Amy's with us.
Everyone, take care, okay?
Oh,
Oh,
thank you so much for that. What a lovely talk.
Good
And
guys.
Lucy. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Are we gonna call it a day, or are we gonna keep going?
so,
We can go for a little bit longer. We haven't really talked to you about Earth Dude.
Hold on. Yeah, let me. I know I haven't got a chance to talk to you.
Well, that was very nice having that
You
chat
guys
with
can.
Moses and Lucy. Such lovely people. So what have you just been doing?
Aren't
yes.
they lovely?
You're talking to some young people there, are you?
You saw me. I'm just talking to these two young gentlemen that had some questions about the flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He has a YouTube
And
channel.
what do
What is
they
it?
think then? What do they think?
Yeah, hold on. Spell it out, man.
YA
Hold on. This guy's website is YA
dot
BOI
BOI
dot WM. All right. You have a lot of followers?
I just started that one.
Okay, cool. Well, now you'll have more followers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't break your phone.
I already broken enough.
Oh, you already broke it? All right, this is one mic. You guys can share that. All right? Cool, man. You got any questions for Karen? And who else is here with
Well,
us?
we've got Amy here, which you've not met Amy before. She's come from the Unscrambled channel, but she's now, she's explaining that
Yes.
she knew something was flat and so.
Hi.
Hey, Amy.
Oh,
It's a
And
pleasure to
pleasure to
meet
meet
you
you, Amy.
Patricia's here.
too.
What? You guys, hold on one second. They're getting their ears straightened out. Here, why don't you guys take these? They're a little wider. And I'll take those. I'll trade you. All right? And then you guys, somebody hold that mic in the middle of you. Perfect. Sorry for the technical stuff, Karen.
That's okay, my darling. So who are we talking to then? Their names?
What's your names?
My name
Anthony and
Damien.
Damien.
Hello, boy. How are you?
Hello.
This is Karen from the UK. She's in England. And she is talking to us via Hangouts.
Okay.
And she has 3 other people with us. Patricia and Amy.
Hello.
And that's just 2.
Hello.
And we are flat earthers. Welcome to Flat Earth, gentlemen. They had some good questions. Did I do a good job of answering them?
Yeah.
Makes you think about stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on a spinning ball shooting through space at ungodly speeds, man.
But if we were spinning and rotating at the same time, wouldn't we be nauseous?
We would be nauseous. We'd be trying to hold on to everything we can get our hands on because
Right.
he's handing out flat Earth stickers. Rene, he's awesome. So I explained to him a little bit about the spinning ball. I explained to him about the curvature that we can't see. I explained to him about the vanishing point of perspective. Haven't touched the big G word yet, really. So I'm sure that's coming up soon.
Oh.
You guys know what G
Got any
word
more
I'm talking
questions
about?
then? Got any more questions then,
Chloe?
boys?
What's your biggest question of why things fall down? What did they tell you in school? Gravity.
Yes.
Right? Mass? Wow. This could take a while. You got all day?
Aw.
No. Okay, it's really simple, man. Okay, this right here is it's kind of heavy. I don't know, weighs about a pound maybe, right? It's heavier than the air that we breathe, right? So things that are heavy go down, go boom, boom.
Faster.
Right? That's it. It's not complicated. The things, they go fall down, go boom, boom.
Dude, tell me about water on a tennis ball. Like, well, or I can ask them. If you have a
Yeah.
tennis ball and you put water on it and you spin it around, what's going to happen?
The water will spin.
Yeah, the water would just spin off, right? Because, well, they call it centrifugal force. We don't feel any of that.
So if
Anyway,
it spins off the tennis ball, how can it keep the oceans, thousands and thousands of tons of water stuck to it, if you can't even
Billions of
keep it
tons.
on a tennis ball?
Yeah,
That's right.
a spinning tennis ball. Now, I try pouring it on a basketball. It's just going to come right off. It's not going to stick to anything, right? All right, so why would they lie to it?
Oh,
Is that
technical.
what you're true?
That's
Did you hear that?
now.
Because they want it true.
They want us to believe things that are not. Yes, exactly. You want to corrupt your mind.
Yeah. For
They
example, like they said the moon landing was fake.
Correct.
Yeah, the moon landing.
Because
Back
first,
then, how would they have that type of technology to record them going to the moon?
Well, they had film,
and we barely have the
Yeah,
technology
and they
now.
had color.
color film.
Did a live stream during that time.
Yeah. First color film is
I think what he's
1939.
saying, I think it's Andrew, what he's saying is, how could we get there in the
They can
60s?
live stream it.
You
They
can't
can
get
do
there
a
now.
phone call from
Right.
to the moon. So that's impossible.
That's what he's saying.
Is that what you're saying?
And
If we could get back in there 50 years ago, why can't we
Yeah.
go back now?
Yes.
exactly, and like
Give me a fist pump on that. All right.
and
Right.
if there's like
That's
no
my question.
if there's no oxygen in space and there's no air, then why was the flag waving during the moon landing?
Did you hit this kid? Oh, okay. I mean, who told you that?
A YouTuber.
A YouTuber told you
The
that?
one I told you.
Oh,
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson. Is it you?
Hey!
All right.
His brother can do it.
Oh, Shane. I met his brother. That's right.
Yeah, his brother.
His brother did a Flat Earth documentary.
Yeah,
He was in it.
It's
You were in that documentary.
Yeah, you interviewed him, yeah.
Shane Dawson's
Aw.
brother. Sean Dawson, his brother. Yeah, you go on his YouTube. There's we did like this. We had a meetup, and they came over and shot and talked to all of us. Not me. They didn't talk to me. I think Rene was in it. Or Lucy.
Yeah.
A couple people. Some good people.
Well, he did talk to you in the end, though, Flat Earth dude, didn't he?
You were
his
there,
brother talking.
Karen.
Yeah.
You and I were there on the hangout.
We were there.
You both talked to him on your hangout.
Yeah.
To Sean. Shane or
Yeah,
Sean?
I have talked to Sean.
Shane's the one.
Anyway, great, man. I'm glad you guys are getting hip to this. Welcome aboard. You guys ready to be flat
What do their
earthers?
friends think, Kenny? Kenny, ask them what their friends think. What do their friends think about it?
What do your friends think about flat
I
earth?
think the flat Earth is just another dumb conspiracy theory.
All right, I get that. I can see
Ask
that.
them what do they think. What do they think then?
You go to school, you learn, they teach you. You have to question these things, but they teach you this at such a young age
Yes.
that you really don't have a chance to kind of process it. That's the problem.
That's
It's like,
right.
dude, man, there's this green elephant that runs this whole world, and he lives over there. If I told you that at 5, you might, you're probably gonna be like, really? Okay.
Mhm.
And then when you turn like 8 years old and you go to school, man, say, there's a green elephant over there, and your buddy's like, dude, what's wrong with you? There's no green elephant over there running the world. What are you talking about?
Can you ask
Well,
them? Do they think that children are quite awake, or do you think that they don't talk about any of these things?
Are you good?
Huh? What did she say? I couldn't hear her.
Repeat that, Karen.
Well, I'm just saying, do they think that children are quite awake, or do children not talk about these things? Youngsters.
Are you? What grade are you in?
I'm in S6 and he's like in 8th.
Okay, 6th, 8th grade. Yeah. Are they teaching you to not talk about these things, or?
No, they're not even mentioning this.
Like they mention it, but then they change like the subject to
Right.
something else.
Yeah, if you start questioning too long in class, this teacher will cut you off. You know, and they'll say, "I'll see you after class" or something. But especially if there's scientific things we can do to help, you know, prove it to ourselves. You know, like seeing too far, not spinning.
How birds migrate.
You know, birds migrate, seasons. I mean, there's observations to.
So these two boys are quite awake then, really, Flatter Dude.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite ones. Okay, yeah, these two are quite awake. I'm surprised. So to have a container, to have air inside of a container, right? You have to have air to have air pressure in your tires. If you don't have air, you don't have air pressure in your tire, in your car or your bicycle, right? You have to have a container to hold that air.
Yes.
Right? And they tell us that we live next to the vacuum of space. This is their terms, not mine. I didn't make them up. Just have to deal with the reality of what they told us. And they told us that we are going to be able to go to the moon and fly out on all these rockets, that we can leave this place and come back.
Yes.
Right? There's a million videos of them taking rockets up to somewhere, right? If you look at the actual footage of the rocket taking off, it does this big arc. And they all do it. They only go up so high and they start arcing away from your vanishing point. And then they just disappear farther than you can see. Where they go, I don't know. But they're not going to space because you can't have air without a container. Gas. You have to have a container. That means the air we're breathing has to be contained in something. There's no way you can have air next to a vacuum that the vacuum would suck all the air away. We wouldn't be able to breathe and we wouldn't be here. So, question.
That's not a question, but like you said, you know how you met Shane Dawson's brother? In the same video, he said in the Bible, it said that the earth is actually flat and there's like a dome separating the heavens and our earth.
Well, I think there's some kind of barrier. Because otherwise we wouldn't have...
If there's a barrier and the ship hits it, wouldn't it make like a loud noise?
Well, I've heard thunder. Have you ever heard thunder?
Yeah.
It's pretty loud boom.
Yeah.
They have some videos of they tried to blow some nukes or big bombs into this barrier. There's video of it. There's back in the 50s they were doing this. Before I was born. That's what I've seen a film of it, but I wasn't there. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're. Hey, this is it, man. There's nothing out there.
Why did they give you flat maps?
All maps are flat.
Exactly.
The only thing that's round is a globe. You don't use a globe to like travel to your friend's house. You use a map that's flat.
Did you know that NASA?
I'm trying to be funny here. Is it working? It's not working.
NASA supposedly takes a picture of the globe, but they're actually taking 30% of the globe and putting it into one picture.
Great.
Wow.
Because in a map, there's this place where there's two of the same like.
We have one right here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this. All right, dropping my headphones.
Like there's like
Hold
two
on.
of the same cloud formations.
You see that? Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Sorry, Karen.
Right, it's right. It's very exciting that these young guys actually
Yes.
Two pictures supposedly taken by NASA, and it shows two different size Americas.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Exactly.
Wow.
There's other ones. Yeah. They clone the clouds. You saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They clone the clouds. That's
And
right.
if we supposedly doesn't like gravity make these go down? So if we go to the other side,
Clouds contain water vapor, so that would bring it down.
yeah, and doesn't like if we go around to the Earth all the way to China, aren't we technically upside down? So that means we can fall
Yes.
Right.
from gravity making making a swap now.
Yay! I love
I
this boy. I love
know.
this boy.
Me
You're good. You're gonna
too.
be running flat Earth in no time, man. I'm not kidding.
I think
But
so.
no, that was
Hey,
amazing.
tell him about the next Flat Earth meetup, Flat Earth dude.
Yeah, we'll have to put you on the list for the next meetup. Yeah. We come here every other
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So every other Sunday we can meet here.
I think it's only gonna probably be because he normally doesn't come. He lives somewhere else.
Yeah, I live in
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
He comes to visit.
We did a Flat Earth meetup out there. Arcadia, Hawthorne. So we might come out your way. You never know.
Every other Sunday.
Dude, what a great chat with you guys.
Yeah, it's very
Any more
encouraging. That's
questions?
more
You
young
seem like you
people.
know it all.
Yes.
Yay, there's some hope, baby.
Lucy's got a
Yeah.
question.
Vision's hope.
Yes. Awesome.
Hey,
You
Lucy,
mentioned
hold on.
you mentioned the Bible.
Yeah.
And you also go to school. So I suppose in school, I mean, they teach you that you're a monkey floating through space on a ball as an accident.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Bible, or do you believe that you come from evolution from a
See,
monkey?
like
That was discovered first.
me and my family,
Which one? What was it?
Depends which one was discovered first.
Oh,
me and my family, we're like kind of religious. We go to church sometimes. I think I trust the Bible more because schools are run by the government, and government has lied to us about a lot of things.
Oh.
Yep. That's
I love
the number
him.
one
I
thing to
love
learn
him.
is that
He is awesome.
Flat Earth dude, you got to give him a kiss from me.
I will.
Me too.
I'll get Lucy to give him a kiss. He'll appreciate that more.
Oh.
Wow, man, you're on it. So when you saw the
Mhm.
sign today and you saw, what's up, man? Did you just come here?
I was just confused at first. I was like, what?
What does that say, Flat Earth?
Like, I was thinking about it. I was like,
Flat Earth.
like what is that?
That's
So
what-
you already kind of knew about it.
Yeah.
Did you tell him about it?
No.
No? You guys, you got to tell your friends about it.
That's 'cause I
You got to take some stickers with you, okay? You got stickers. Okay, cool, perfect. It's hard to research Flat Earth now. If you just Google it, you're going to get a lot of debunking videos.
Because back then, if you
Yes.
research
You're not going
Earth,
to get my video. You're not going to get her videos
That's
for sure.
right.
You're completely censored.
Yep.
Karen, this guy here, he's got it's a flat plane. You're not going to get his videos. Karen, who we're talking to over here on the phone, good luck finding her stuff too. She's got a lot. She used to have hundreds of
Lots of
videos.
censorship,
They took her
boy.
whole
They
channel.
don't like people like us who are awake.
That's right.
They don't like us being awake, knowing the government's lying about where we live, our money system, corruption, jails. I mean, the list is endless. They lie to us about NASA.
yes,
NASA's
the number one most
dude, it's hot out here.
supposedly reliable.
Do you know how much money they get a day?
Exactly.
Mm.
Like
Guess how much money NASA gets every single day?
over $1 billion.
Not that much.
$2 million.
A lot more than 2 million.
10 million.
I'll give you one more guess. Keep going. Close. 52 million.
Most close.
Was
Wow.
2018, 2016? I heard they
A
get
day.
56 million now. A day.
That's a day.
Mm.
To lie to us about where we live. Why do you think they would lie to us? I don't know.
To make
I
us
think
money,
there's more land.
I think they want
I
to
think
lie
they're
to
hiding
us
land.
for money because they want us to keep researching things, spend our money on things and stuff like that,
Right?
and lie to us so they can make
Go to
more money.
Walmart, buy some more stuff that you don't need.
Yes.
Drain you.
Right? Well, I think there's more land, personally. I think
Maybe
there's,
land in the center.
yeah, that's what I've heard. I got a friend who's going to go check it out, and I'll let you guys know if he sees anything, but might be a year or two before he gets up there. He's close. He lives really close to the north center pole. And anyway, so magnets on the flat Earth, you take a compass out, right?
Yeah.
Points north, right? Points to north.
That's what I'm learning about.
Like
magnets.
right there. There's a compass over here. Anyway,
Learning about magnetic
always points to
fields.
north. It wouldn't work on a ball.
Right.
It just wouldn't work. It'd be under the ball, like pointing north. So if you have a magnet in the center, yeah, if you took the compass and you went around like this, like I was showing you on that map, if you were to circumnavigate the flat plane, you would, where north is in the center. Anyway, that's a theory. I can't prove that. What I can prove is I know what I'm not living on. I'm not living on a spinning ball going 1,000 miles an hour, shooting around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour, and shooting through the galaxy at 500,000 miles an hour. Those are
Right.
Boys, we're supposed to be
directions.
doing Mach 80
Right away,
in 3 different directions.
So yeah, we're doing this crazy thing, 3 different directions, 3 different speeds, and it keeps perfect sync. And oh yeah, there's a star up here called Polaris, the North Star. If you look at it every night, you can see it. It's hard. It's usually right about there. It never moves. It never moves.
Wow.
That star never moves. Not even it hasn't moved in all of recorded history. So that one told me a lot. That was one of my first ones. And I was like, dang it, never moves. Never. It's always there.
I used to think flat Earth was like a dumb conspiracy until I watched Shane Dawson's video.
Shane Dawson. Shout out to Shane.
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, babe. And his brother.
Shane, do you know who he is, Shane Dawson, by the way?
Forget his name, dude. That's really bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you know who he is. Amy, do you know who Shane Dawson's a singer? And
Oh, no,
now his brother's got quite a big channel on YouTube. But in the
breaking up a
meantime,
little bit, Karen.
they've come out with their flat earthers. That's what they've done.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Just look up Shane Dawson. I'll tell you about it after the hangout. I'll tell you about it.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes. Wow.
She's breaking up just a little bit.
Sorry.
Too many people talking at once. Sorry, I was talking. You guys are talking. Oh no. You guys got any more questions, or you guys want to watch?
Well, I think they're amazing. I think they're
Me
amazing
too.
boys.
Amazing boys. Yes.
And I'm really pleased that they're thinking and that they're free thinkers. Wow, amazing.
Anthony?
Yes, very refreshing.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
He's related to that channel.
Yeah.
And he did a video on flat Earth. So you might want to check that one out.
Yeah, check it out.
I like
called
watching.
I Spent the Day with Flat Earthers.
Really? I haven't even seen that one. So there was a new one came out. Your channel called Jubilee. You know about that one?
No.
Dan Water.
All right.
No.
Anyway, Jubilee. It was it came out like about a little over a week ago.
Oh, wow.
And it got almost 4 million views in a week.
Wow.
That's good.
I know.
How did they manage
Pretty
that?
They I have no idea. They got an interview, and it was. I know all 3 of the people. I've met them. It was Shelly, Dan, and Wendell. And it was 3 of them versus 3 scientists. And there was never any science in the whole thing. it was just a bunch of, all right, show me gravity. No, they couldn't do it.
Wow.
Show me some bendy light, water, nothing. They had nothing. It was hilarious. Anyway, you have to watch it. I meant to send you the link. I'll put it in the back chat.
Kenny, can I just say we've done?
Sure.
I have another conspiracy.
Okay, yeah, we can cut it.
Can we just have a few minutes with you then? Have you done all this work and helped us have this hangout?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that all right?
All right. Yeah, we want to thank those guys.
Oh, I do. I'm amazed at such young people. I'm so
Everybody's
happy.
thanking you.
Yes, thank you, young man.
I'm so pleased for you.
Thank you for explaining.
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. That's why we're here. Help explain some things if you got questions.
Oh.
Amazing.
It's something to look at, man. Prove it to yourself. Don't trust me. Look out there. What do you see, man? Tell me what you see. All right, gentlemen. Great talking to you.
Thank you so much,
God
boy.
bless you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Seriously, I was gonna
Thank
say
you for
in the
holding
chat,
the shade. That
Aw.
saved us. It was pretty hot. All right. Yeah, we're going to say goodbye, Karen. I'm going to give you the nice flat view on the way out of here
Can I just have a couple of minutes with
of
you,
Los
Kenny?
Angeles.
Kenny, it's been
Yep,
ages.
it's just me. It's just me.
It's been ages since we
I
had a
know.
hangout, but thank you so much for providing and helping us do this hangout. And I know this is what you love
Oh,
doing.
yeah,
Isn't it?
thank you.
You love talking
Oh,
to people and talking about
oh,
flat Earth and everything.
Yeah, that's just part of what I love doing. And, I'm passionate a little bit, and I get out and I try to.
yes.
But those kids were great,
They
man.
were
What a great
great.
interview.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You'll have to edit this up real sweet, Karen.
Oh.
Sorry, you're gonna more work for Karen.
Oh, that's okay. So, Kenny, how long are you planning to stay there today?
I'll see. The ice cream truck's still here, so I'll probably grab one of those. Everybody's here. I want to chit chat with a few of the guys and gals. I know we got some more people coming, so I might stay here till the sun goes down. So probably another 3 or 4 hours.
Oh.
Well, anyway,
Something
Amy's
like
a new.
that.
Well, to us, Amy's new, but she's now a flat earther, so we have another person. So it's
I
another.
know.
Yes. I'm brand
So, Amy,
new.
thank you, Amy.
Hey,
Oh, you're
Patricia.
All right, well,
welcome.
Patricia, are
Thank
you there?
you.
You heard a lot of stuff today.
Yes.
I'm here.
Wasn't that encouraging, Patricia, with those young boys?
It
No
was, yeah.
doubt, right?
It was lovely.
Yes.
Oh, bless him.
Oh
Yes.
man, that was great.
And obviously Joseph and Lucy are lovely
Yes.
They're
too, and Rene.
still they're
Yes.
hanging around. The boys are still hanging around too. It's great. Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, you've
Oh.
got their attention, I can see. But Kenny, you want to get back on with your
Yeah.
day? It's been amazing
Yeah.
that you shared
You
this
got to go
part with
to
us, because I
bed,
know it's a
Karen.
bit.
It's
You've got to think about us.
late for you.
You've got to think about us. You've got the hangout. You're there. You're doing about 5 things at once. So we
Oh.
very appreciate
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on.
Oh.
I'm sorry we didn't get Jen on, but we'll get him on next time.
Yeah, you'll have
For
to come
sure.
back and do that one.
Jen is a flat earth cheerleader, man. He's our cheerleader.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll have to come back on and do that one with us later on then.
Jen's awesome, man.
Okay.
You guys are great. All right, love.
Yeah, are you going to leave the conversation then?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop out. Thank you so much for having me.
Well,
Great
thank
meeting you, Amy.
Great meeting
Patricia,
you too.
great talking to you
Kenny.
again.
Oh.
Can
I
you
hope
say
it
goodbye
was
to Joseph and
entertaining,
Lucy
and
for me? Say goodbye to Rene, Joseph, and Lucy, because those are
I
the
will.
people we talked to today.
Well, for sure. Lucy's. I will.
Oh.
And I will talk to you guys soon. Okay.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Mwah, mwah,
Thank you
mwah.
guys so much. Okay.
Thank
Good night.
you. Good night. Bye
Bye, Kenny.
bye.
Oh, sun and moon family.
Yeah,
Same food.
united.
Yes.
Thank you, Kenny. Has he gone? Oh, he's still there. Thank you, Kenny. He's gone now.
Yes, thank you, Kenny.
Okay.